Well, this is the video that I've been waiting to do, is to start tearing apart the ramcharger. So we've pushed it back to get it out of the way so I can get the body off, get everything out, and then eventually roll the frame forward. So I have room up here to work on the frame, and the body will sit on stands back here until the frame's ready, so on and so forth. But we're gonna start by getting everything in the front end taken off, and we're gonna get going on this. Don't really have a place to put all this, so we're gonna figure it out as we go. Well, this grill's seen some better days. It's got some broken tabs on it, but this might get changed up a little bit anyways, so not too big of a deal. Now we're gonna see if we can't get this bumper out of here. Had too many times of getting things in my eyes. I'm kind of over it. There we go. There it is. Nice shiny bumper. It's actually in really good condition. It's like very minimal rust and just one spot right here. There's probably gonna be quite a few things that I end up trying to sell off of this. Not that I know that there's many ramchargers around here, but it's gonna be a lot of parts that I don't need. But it'll probably be later on before I actually sell anything. But if anybody actually sees this video and needs anything stock off of this, I'll make a list of things that I don't end up keeping, just in case if there's anything anybody needs. Getting a lot of the wiring out of the way right now. Getting it off of the grill and everything else. Not sure how much of the wiring I am going to be reusing, but a lot of this stuff is pretty old and pretty bad. So that will be figured out at a later date. But at least as of right now, I need to try and get some of this stuff off and apart. Got my fancy dancy bucket, and I'm going to do my best to not spill this absolutely everywhere. Let's see if we can do this. Oh. Lost my bit. Let's see if I can't fish this out. Getting everything off, got the hood off, putting all the bolts back for the most part, bagging up the rest and labeling them. But this front support is pretty rusted out, pretty bad. An old school McDonald's straw. Yum. But everything's going pretty smooth so far. No bolts, nothing has snapped yet. But I'm gonna keep chugging along. I'm getting these outer fenders off to peel them back because this front clip is set behind it. So I gotta get these off. These will stay in for the time being, and then after I get all this off, I'll start taking everything off of both fenders and then get the inner fenders wells off because those are gonna have to be separated anyways. All the fenders and the clips, the front clip is off, getting all the wiring and everything out of the way to be able to pull the motor out. Got the mess of wires hanging down right here, and just got a few other little things to disconnect right here, get the harness completely out of the way, and then I can either take the body off and then roll the chassis forward, or I can just pull the motor and transmission out with this. So we'll figure that out next. Current status, wiring harness completely off. Got all the AC and heat hoses off and hanging down here. As of right now, the only other thing that I got to take off that's attached to the body is the brakes and the steering column. So those are two pretty easy pieces to take off. And then I might be able to get the body off. I still gotta take apart the shift linkage as well for the transmission and the transfer case. But other than that, everything else should be disconnected and we should be pretty much good to go. Last thing I believe is this wire right here, which is, I believe, the Speedo cable. So we gotta go under here, and that is not the Speedo cable. Is that the same one? Oh, no, there's the e-brake cable as well. But I've got to chase this one back and figure that out. But the e-brake cable, I forgot about that one. Yeah, we'll have to take that off as well. And that is indeed the Speedo cable right there on the case. So that'll be easy enough to take off real fast, get that out of the way, and get the e-brake off. And then we should be good to go on... Oh, that hit me in the nose. Look how close that is. Oh, that hurt. Oh, okay. Like I said, it's like a lowrider. Basically a Honda Civic. We're gonna need to change that. Get some bigger tires on it. It's still gonna sit low, but there's gonna be a lot less stuff in the way for me to whack my face on. So a little bit of a predicament. That one's good, but all the rest of the body mount bolts are spinning. So they are gonna have to get cut off. Final stretch can never be just easy, can it? It's always gotta be something extra, every time. So let me go ahead and cut those off, and then we can get the body up and get the frame out. All right, well, it is the next day. With it starting to get dark out earlier, it's kind of hard to do some stuff at night because I don't really have any lights, and doing it between the containers. But as you saw, this is where we got yesterday. The body is ready to be taken off, and I have all the body mounts unbolted. Well, I should say that one's unbolted. The rest I had to cut off. That was the only one I was able to get to actually come off normally. But it's okay, because I have a plan on how I'm going to deal with that. And as of right now, it does not involve body mounts. At this point, I gotta see what I can do about getting the body off of the frame and rolling the frame forward out of the way. Everything is disconnected and it should be 100% ready to go. Got all the parts laid out. Now we should be able to really get after some things, get the frame all done up. Well, I almost forgot. I got to disconnect the four-wheel drive, the transfer case shift linkage. It's probably not going to be too easy to get to. Yeah, there's pretty much everything in the way. You can see it right back there, right there. For the shift linkage, what it looks like we got going on is there is a big bracket that bolts this entire shifter onto the transmission. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this plate off and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. There we go. So this is like a cantilevering bracket system. So I should be able to hopefully either just unbolt this and be able to lift the body up enough to clear that, or there is a nut right there and I should be able to take this whole piece off and then just let it hang down there. Finally got the proper tools I need. So the nut's right there, but then you also have to hold this piece. There's two flat spots. So I'm gonna have to hold that, get a wrench in there, get that loose, and all this fun stuff. So let me get this off real quick and we'll move on from there. After fighting with it, I finally got it off, dropped right down in the hole perfectly. So now we'll easily be able to get the cab over that. But it's already getting pretty hot today. So we're gonna see how much more I get done before the heat really hits today. It's already October and there's been like no rain at all. And it's been way too hot still. I'm ready for the snow season, ready for it to get cold out. I know the Dakota's sitting over there just waiting to go in the snow as well, but I don't think it's gonna be anytime soon. It's gonna be probably a repeat of last year. Late winter and it runs late into summer. Well, I think this might be all the progress we're gonna be getting this weekend, because it's getting hot out today and I'm running out of steam right now. So I need to get some more jack stands and I need to figure out how I'm gonna put the body on stands to be able to roll the frame out from underneath it, because Putting jack stands on it's all cool and all, but I got to get the rear axle underneath it as well. So we are gonna have to figure that out, but that's gonna be on the next video. So this is the progress that we've gotten so far. This is gonna be a long-term project, so hopefully you guys stick around and kind of watch everything that goes on, because there's gonna be a lot to do. But as always, stay off-road.